Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Marisa. I wanted to do a video for you guys today and talk about tarot cards. Yeah, I said it, tarot cards. It's one of my favorite ones. So tarot cards are a divination tool. That's what they're known to do. So the general idea is like, oh my God, they're gonna tell the future, you know? That's not really what they're used for, and I think people have a misconception of what they think tarot is. So tarot is something that's been around for many hundreds of years, and the idea behind tarot, actually, funny enough, I had read up on this and I thought it was really interesting. So the idea behind tarot was that it was started off as like a card game. And the understanding, if I read correctly, is that basically it was like a lot of kings and queens at the time would play tarot, and they would play cards essentially, right? And they started to, eventually, like, meanings. My understanding is meanings started to, either they formed meanings for these cards or they sort of switched it out at some point and it was no longer playing cards. So. But one of the point is, the actual idea behind these cards was that each card technically has like a meaning to it. And I thought it was really cool that, for example, between, certain kings back in the day or whatever, would play certain cards with their opponent or someone who might have been their friend or something like that, to warn them of something that was coming in that was really not good. So I don't know, like a particular card would pop up and they would use it intentionally as a warning to their counterpart or their friend or whatever, to let them know that like impending danger was ahead, or they were going to get invaded or something like that. I thought that was kind of interesting. It was like an interesting thing about tarot. So the idea behind tarot is that they work based off law of attraction. If you've never heard of law of attraction, you probably have if you're watching this video, but law of attraction is essentially like attracts like. So the energy and the vibration and the frequency that you are emitting, or that you are in, is essentially attracting with minimal effort, might I add, that exact energy that you're in. So for example, if you set an intention in using tarot cards, the idea behind it is to gain clarity. So you can ask for a potential outcome, because there are so many, as in a future outcome, but there are so many possibilities to that it's kind of, I wouldn't say that it's a waste of time to be using it for, future and, things coming, but our choices really would dictate our destiny, essentially, right? But the idea behind tarot is that if you're lacking a little bit of clarity on any given circumstance, or you're looking to kind of gain a little bit of clarity on circumstance, you can set an intention before you start working with tarot. And again, given that each card has a particular meaning, even the symbolism in the cards can kind of help you understand and answer any sort of question that you're looking for some clarity on. So you can ask, for example, how's this new job that I'm doing, or that I just got, how is that going to work out? So you can kind of just, like, again, for a quick second, just close your eyes, set the intention. I always ask for some protection, and I ground myself as well to make sure that the energy is anchored properly. And I always protect myself, because energy is energy is energy. So if you're in a fearful energy, not good, not so good. So what you want to do is, again, just protect yourself. I set an intention of trying to gain some clarity. Again, it's not for future outcome, or it's just trying to get an understanding of a certain circumstance, right? So I would say to myself, okay, how is this job going to pan out? Like, am I going to be happy here in the long run, right? So you set that intention, and then you are guided to, for example, just shuffle like some cards or whatever. And sometimes cards flop out and sometimes they don't. And one just fell out, ironically. So we got, for example, the Magician card. So this card, which ironically is perfect. So if this person had just started like a brand new job and they were super excited about it, kind of nervous because it's new for them, this card is saying that basically they have all the tools necessary to make sure that this job is their dream job. So if they've, and this is also known as like a manifesting card. So it's kind of like, yeah, you did a great job. Yay, good for you. So anyway, it's a really cool tool to kind of like understand any given circumstance. If you're trying to gain clarity on something, sometimes there's like a bit of a block and you're just like, oh, I can't figure out why that thing keeps happening, you know? And the only thing that's difficult is if you're pulling tarot cards for yourself. If there's too much emotion involved, then you can sort it, it'll be a bit of a muddy explanation, because you're gonna want the best outcome. Or if you're in a negative mindset, remember law of attraction. So if you're in a negative mindset and I pull a card that's technically not as positive, then it's going to reflect in my interpretation of that card. So let's say it could be a super positive card, but because I'm in a negative mindset and I'm super emotional about it, I'm going to totally misread the card, if that makes sense. So law of attraction is essentially how tarot works. It's the intention you're putting in something to gain some clarity for something. Should not be used as just like a future circumstance type of situation, a divination tool. It can be helpful, but again, your choices have more impact than the cards would. So anyway, I hope this kind of clears up a little bit of tarot cards. And sometimes people have a little bit of like a fear of them, or they think that it's paranormal, or they think it's like satanic stuff or something. Like, I don't know, like there's so much crazy stuff out there. But I just wanted to clear that up a little bit, because I think sometimes people get a little caught up in their heads when it comes to this kind of stuff, and they just presume that it's all negative, or it's coming from a bad place, or, you know, anyway. So hopefully that kind of clears it up a little bit. And yeah, hope you guys liked the video. Have a nice Sunday. Bye.